So we are now at the end of July, and that means that it's time for another monthly Blu-ray haul. Now, just one quick question before we start this video. What do you guys think of this setup right here? Do you like this setup? Do you like my previous setup or my setup before that one again? You know, I've just been experimenting on a lot of setups to see which one I feel most comfortable with and also which you guys like the most. So if you guys would like me to continue with this setup or some of my other setups, please let me know down in the comment section below. I would appreciate that a lot. So in today's video, we'll be going through every Blu-ray and DVD. I also bought some DVD this month that I picked up in July. Now, unfortunately, I didn't pick up any Funko Pops this month. I only picked up Blu-rays, and also I didn't pick up any 4Ks either. I just picked up Blu-rays and some DVDs. So let's start off. Now, let's start off with the Blu-rays here. The first one here is actually a horror movie, and this is The Cabin in the Woods. I had never watched this movie before, and I thought it was a cool twist onto the horror genre, you know, when you mix horror with some comedy, and I really like this movie, and Chris Hemsworth also in this. He does a great job, and, you know, a very creative movie that I really enjoyed. Next up is also a horror movie, and that is The Descent. Okay, this movie was very unpleasing to watch. It was not bad or anything, it was a very good movie, but it was very creepy and very disturbing. You know, I don't think I will watch this movie again just because of how scary and creepy it was. But it is a very good movie, and if you're a horror fan and you like creepy movies, you should watch The Descent. Then we have a Christopher Nolan film, and that is Inception. I have never watched Inception before, guys. Don't judge me, okay? I have heard that this is an amazing movie, and now with Christopher Nolan's upcoming movie Tenet, I will try to watch some of his movies. I don't think I will watch every one of them because they are pretty long, but I know all of them are pretty much amazing or good. So the first one I'm going to watch is definitely Inception. I've heard very good things about this, and I really want to check this out with Leonardo DiCaprio and also many other stars in this movie. So I'll definitely check this out soon, and I'm really excited for Tenet also. Continuing with the Nolan movies are the Dark Knight trilogy. I have watched these movies because, you know, I'm a superhero fan. Of course I have watched the Dark Knight trilogy, but it is a long time since I've watched these movies. And I really enjoy them, especially the Dark Knight, you know, Heath Ledger as Joker, one of the best performances ever and the best villains ever. So I have to probably rewatch these again before Tenet releases. I'm really excited for it because I don't remember a lot because it's a pretty long time since I watched them. So I'm very excited to rewatch these movies again. Then we have an action movie, and trust me, when I say action movie, I mean it. And this is an Indonesian film called The Raid. If you are an action movie fan and you have not watched The Raid, man, you have to go watch this movie. This is such a good action movie. The action here is just amazing. If you want 1.5 hours of stunning action scenes, you should go watch this movie right now because this movie is epic. And then I, of course, also bought the sequel, The Raid 2 Retaliation. I was excited for the sequel, you know, I didn't think that it would live up to the expectations of the first one, but it definitely did because this was better than the first one. The action here was more intense, more epic, and it just lived up to everything that the first one created. And I really liked these movies, you know. So, if you are an action movie fan, go watch The Raid. Then we have The Hunt. You know, this movie was delayed for reasons, you know, it was going to drop when something horrible happened, and then this movie was going to drop, and the studio thought that this movie, you know, fitted right now just because of the horrible things that happened. So they delayed the movie until 2020. And then it released just as the pandemic hit, so it released on Premium Video on Demand for $20. And I was not going to pay $20 to watch this movie. I wanted to watch it, but I didn't want to watch it that much that I wanted to pay $20 for it. So I just waited until it released on Blu-ray, and then I picked it up and watched it, and it's an okay movie. Then we have Richard Jewell. You know, this movie is based on a true story. I don't know a lot about this story in general, you know, the news story and everything. So this movie, you know, it will be the first time that I hear about this. So I'm really excited to watch this movie. I've heard great things about it. Haven't watched it yet, unfortunately, but I will definitely watch it like probably next week or something. I've heard great things about this movie, and yeah, looking forward to watch this. Next up is a Disney Pixar film, and that is Onward, or as we say it in my language, Fremad. That was Norwegian, by the way. Yeah, you know, I enjoyed this movie a lot. We have Tom Holland in this, Chris Pratt, and we also have Octavia Spencer was also in this movie. I really liked her too. This is a great movie. I mainly watched this movie because of Tom Holland and Chris Pratt, to be honest with you, because those are great stars, especially in the MCU. So I wanted to watch that movie just because of them, actually. And I have to say, I enjoyed it. It was a good movie, a very emotional story. And I actually got a little bit sad by the end of this. So it is an emotional, funny ride of a movie. Next up is Bloodfather with Mel Gibson. This is a okay action movie. Mel Gibson does a good performance in it. I really feel like Mel Gibson has been underrated for the last years. You know, he has only been in these small movies with a small budget, not in these big movies anymore. I really feel like he's underrated, but yeah, he did a great job in this. So a good action flick. Next up is Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler. I just watched this for the first time a few days ago, and I enjoyed this a lot. You know, this is such a great movie. Probably maybe one of my favorite movies ever. Maybe one of my top 10 favorite movies ever, because I really enjoyed this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal did an amazing performance in this, and it was such a great story, the way they created everything, and everything about this movie was just amazing. And I really recommend you watch this movie if you haven't, but you guys have probably already watched this movie. It's just that I'm pretty late on this. Then we have War of the Worlds. Tom Cruise is coming out with a new movie soon, Top Gun Maverick. It got delayed now until 2021, I think, so we have to wait even longer. But I saw War of the Worlds on the store, and I thought it was a very long time since I watched this movie. I don't remember a lot of it, so I bought it again, rewatched it, and I enjoyed it. Not my favorite Steven Spielberg films. It's directed by Steven Spielberg. Not one of my favorite Steven Spielberg films, or one of my favorite Tom Cruise films, but it is a decent one. Now we have some DVDs here, actually. You know, I normally don't pick up DVDs because I normally just buy Blu-rays and 4Ks, because the quality on DVDs are pretty bad. I have a 4K TV, and when you have DVDs on a 4K TV, it doesn't look good at all. So I don't normally buy DVDs, but these DVDs here were $1. So I thought, okay, you know what? Let's just buy these because they're $1. So the first one is Contagion. You know, this is about a virus that spreads and everything, just like the coronavirus. And I have heard that many people watch this during quarantine. So I heard good things about this, and I actually wanted to check this out myself also. So I have not watched this yet, unfortunately, but I'll definitely watch this soon. And for $1, I thought, why not? Next up, we have the Men in Black Animated Series, Season 1, Volume 1, and Volume 2. This is an animated series of Men in Black. I didn't know that it was an animated series of Men in Black, but apparently it was, and this has 4 seasons. It went on television from 1997 till 2001, and it has 4 seasons. And this is like supposed to follow Agent J and Agent K, but I thought it was pretty weird. I have only watched 1 episode, and I thought it was very weird because, you know, they are not voiced by the original from Men in Black, you know, Will Smith, and yeah, they are not voiced by them, so they just sounded very stupid. They didn't sound like the characters at all, so I don't know why they didn't have their voices in it. You know, I can get it, you know, it was just an animated series, you know, they were expensive. These actors are expensive to have just for an animated series, so I get it, but it was disappointing to watch this without hearing them voices. It was pretty weird, but yeah, I have just 1 episode. I have just watched 1 episode, so I can't kind of make my opinion of this yet. Then the last one we have is Hellboy Sword of Storms. This is an Hellboy animated film, and this is, like, in my country, I don't know in America or anything, but in my country it's rated R. So I thought, an animated movie about Hellboy that is rated R, hell yeah. And this is all, and Hellboy here is also voiced by Ron Perlman, who voices Hellboy in the first 2 Hellboy movies, so that was good. At least they didn't have any other person voice Hellboy, so I like to hear him voice in that movie. You know, I watched the movie. It was an okay. I thought it was going to be more gory, more, you know, Hellboy-ish. But it really felt like, the movie felt very PG-13 to me. But, you know, it was an okay movie. So that was all of the movies that I picked up in July. What did you guys pick up in July? Please let me know down in the comment section below. And also, please subscribe to my channel, leave a like on the video, or click the notification bell down below. I would appreciate that a lot. So with that said, thanks for watching again, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.